Amelia Crane's compact car crunched up the gravel drive of Two Rivers Ranch, a place she hadn't seen in years.
That's Donald's wife, Sharon. She looks older, but those eyes still sharp.
Frank Reeves met her at the door with a salesman's smile and ushered her into the kitchen.
Mom, this is Amelia Crane, the hospice nurse I told you about. She'll help with your care. She'll help with your care.
I don't need a nurse, Frank. I run this ranch by myself.
Just give it a chance, Mom. It's for your own safety.
A folder lay open on the counter. Amelia's gaze locked onto the letterhead, Phoenix Memory Care.
Why would Sharon need a memory care evaluation? Something is wrong.
While Frank continued his pitch, Amelia slipped out her phone and captured a photo, the shutter silent. The image sat in her phone's memory, a quiet piece of evidence he never saw.
Mom, Amelia's just here to help around the house, keep an eye on things.
I've kept an eye on this ranch for 7 years alone. I don't need a babysitter.
It's not about needing. It's about being safe. The doctor recommended it.
What doctor? I haven't seen a doctor, especially not one in Phoenix. 7 years since Donald passed. I won't lose the ranch, too.
We'll talk about it later. For now, just let Amelia do her job.
She's sharper than he wants anyone to see. That document is a lie.
That night, in the small guest room, Amelia sat on the edge of the bed, the phone's glow lighting her face. She opened the photo and zoomed in until the clinic's address and phone number filled the screen.
Phoenix Memory Care. I'll find out what you are. Tomorrow, I start digging.
A week later, Frank's black SUV crunched back into the ranch drive, a sheaf of papers on the passenger seat.
Mom, we need to talk. This is a medical report from your evaluation.
Evaluation? I've never set foot in any clinic in Phoenix. What are you talking about?
The top page announced findings of cognitive impairment with a forged doctor's signature and a Phoenix Memory Care stamp.
The report says you need constant supervision. I filed for emergency conservatorship. It's for your own good.
You are trying to take my home, after everything your father built. How can you do this?
The ranch is too much for you. The court will see that. You'll be safe, I promise.
Amelia stepped in quietly, her phone already in hand, and captured every page while Frank's voice droned on.
He's stolen my name, my mind. Donald, if you can see this, help me.
One photo isn't enough. I need every page. Frank won't know what hit him.
The certified envelope arrived the next afternoon. Sharon's name typed under emergency conservatorship hearing.
He would be ashamed of what our son has become. I failed him.
Downstairs, Amelia filled 2 cups of coffee and joined her at the kitchen table, not speaking at first.
I know you don't trust me yet, but I am not your enemy, Sharon. I swear it.
Later, alone in her room, Amelia spread the document photos across her bed. She highlighted the examination dates.
August 12th, 15th, 20th. Sharon was right here, on this ranch.
She opened a drawer and found a weathered ticket stub from the county fair, the date stamped clearly.
The fair runs all week. She would have been there, not in a clinic.
Amelia fetched a wall calendar from the kitchen pantry and circled the 3 dates in red ink. Then she pinned a county fair flyer beside it, the puzzle pieces clicking into a timeline. Amelia dialed the number from the Phoenix file. A robotic voice announced the line was disconnected. She pulled up the clinic's address online. Google Street View showed a strip mall with a for lease sign. Phoenix Memory Care didn't exist. It was a shell, a paper office for fraudulent reports. The next afternoon, she heard Frank's voice rise from the den. She crept closer, phone in hand, and hit record.
I already paid the doctor. Just make sure the paperwork holds up. $15,000 cash. I need this conservatorship to go through smooth.
Cash for a dementia diagnosis. Got you.
The recording saved directly to her phone, time-stamped and clear. That evening, she cross-referenced the clinic's fake address with county records. It had never been licensed. The web of lies was tightening around Frank, and he had no idea. 2 days before the court date, Frank's SUV returned with a man in a wrinkled white coat, clutching a leather bag.
Mom, this is Dr. Harlow from the clinic. He needs a follow-up evaluation for the judge.
I've never seen this man, but if I refuse, he'll call me uncooperative.
The doctor's questions were rehearsed. What year is it? Who is the president? Sharon answered each one flatly.
Today is Thursday, August 21st. I manage 500 head of cattle. I am not confused.
The doctor snapped his bag shut and scribbled on a form. Frank handed him an envelope thick with cash.
He didn't check her pupils or her balance. This was theater from the start.
As Frank walked the man out, Amelia photographed the report he'd left on the counter. Pages splayed open. The report diagnosed advanced cognitive decline and recommended immediate transfer to a memory care facility.
Another forged document. But now I have the original before Frank can file it.
The following morning, Amelia asked Sharon if she had any photos from the county fair. Sharon dug out a dusty album.
I went every day that week. The cattle show, the pie contest. I even won a blue ribbon for my apple butter.
Amelia turned the pages. There was Sharon, standing beside a prize heifer, the date stamped in the corner of the print.
August 12th. The same day she supposedly sat for a cognitive exam in Phoenix.
She carefully removed the 3 photographs, each matching a false examination date, and laid them on the evidence board. Below each photo, she taped the corresponding ticket stub, then added a printout of the Phoenix doctor's report.
The judge will see this. A woman can't be in 2 places at once.
That afternoon, she transcribed the recorded phone call, highlighting the cash payment and the clinic's disconnected number. She slipped everything into a manila folder and wrote "evidence" across the front in black marker.
Now I just need a way to tell Sharon without Frank finding out.
Frank left that evening for a meeting in town. Amelia waited until she heard Sharon's door creak shut, then knocked.
Sharon, it's Amelia. I need to show you something. It's urgent.
In the kitchen, Amelia opened the evidence folder and laid each photo, report, and ticket stub across the table.
I wasn't honest when I came here. I recognized you the moment I saw you. I cared for your husband, Donald, during his final months.
You were his hospice nurse, but Frank said he hired you from an agency.
Frank doesn't know I am from here. He brought me to support his conspiracy. But I realized these documents are forged. Look, the diagnosis dates match days. You were at the fair. I have photos, ticket stubs, even a recording of him discussing cash.
Oh my God. He lied about everything. My own son.
Sharon broke down, and Amelia wrapped her arms around her, holding tight as the older woman wept.
We can fight this. Together. Just like Donald would have wanted.
The next morning, Sharon and Amelia drove into Helena, the evidence folder on the back seat. Michael Stern was a tall man with a quiet authority. He spread the documents across his desk and listened.
This is clear-cut fraud. A non-existent clinic, forged signatures, and your alibi. I'll file an opposition today.
Will it be enough to stop Frank? I can't lose my ranch.
With this evidence, yes. The judge will see the truth, but we need to act before the hearing.
By 2 o'clock, Stern had filed an emergency opposition, attaching the fair photos and the recorded call. An hour later, Frank's phone buzzed with a notification from the court. His face went pale as he scanned the motion.
How did they get that clinic information? Someone in the house is turning against me.
He dialed a number and spoke low, his tone edged with threat.
Find out everything you can about Amelia Crane. I think she's not who she says she is.
The day before the hearing, Amelia sat with Sharon at the kitchen table, arranging the evidence into a chronological summary for the judge.
First, the forged clinic photos, then the fair alibi, then the cash recording. Everything Frank thought was hidden.
Sharon voiced every possible question, her voice steady as Amelia played the judge.
If they ask me why I didn't seek a second opinion, I'll say my son told me it was unnecessary. That's the truth.
That afternoon, Frank cornered Amelia in the upstairs hallway, his face tight with the knowledge that something had shifted.
You've been spending a lot of time with my mother. Whatever she told you, it's not what you think.
She didn't have to tell me anything, Frank. I can read a medical file as well as you can.
Frank took a half step back, the implication settling. He hadn't expected her to know about the files.
This isn't your fight. Walk away, and you'll still get paid.
I don't take money for silence. I'll see you in court.
The morning of the hearing, a low fog clung to the county courthouse steps. Sharon's boots echoed as she climbed them.
She's got steel in her spine. I'll make sure the judge sees it.
Inside the heavy oak doors, the scent of old paper and floor wax hit them. Frank stood near the front, flanked by an unfamiliar attorney.
My own son, sitting there like a stranger. I won't cry. Not here.
Amelia guided her to the bench behind Michael Stern, who placed the evidence folder on the table with a deliberate thud.
Every photo, every ticket stub, right there in plain sight. Let him sweat.
The bailiff's voice cut through the murmur. All rise for the Honorable Judge Patricia Hartley. The judge took her seat, black robe settling into place, and brought the gavel down once.
This court will now hear the petition for emergency conservatorship. Counsel, you may begin.
Sharon's hand found Amelia's under the table, a fleeting clasp, as the room fell silent. Frank's attorney rose first, holding the Phoenix Memory Care file like a shield. He read aloud the diagnosis: advanced cognitive decline, requiring immediate guardianship.
Every word was a lie, but it sounded so official in this room.
The judge called Sharon Reeves to the stand. She walked past Frank without looking at him.
Donald, give me strength. I will not let him take our land.
Mrs. Reeves, the petitioner claims you attended this clinic. Did you?
No, Your Honor. I was at the Madison County Fair every day that week. I have witnesses.
Frank's attorney challenged her, waving the report. But Sharon's voice held.
That signature is not mine, and I never met that doctor. This is fraud.
The judge made a note. Sharon stepped down, her hands trembling only after she sat. Michael Stern called Amelia Crane to the stand. She rose, folder in hand, and walked past a stony-faced Frank. After she was sworn in, Stern asked her to identify the first photograph. Amelia held it up.
This is the original mailed report from Phoenix Memory Care. The clinic's phone number disconnected last month, and the address is a vacant office.
She then produced the county fair photographs, the ticket stubs, and the calendar with circled dates.
Miss Crane, are you stating these are the same dates the alleged exam took place?
Yes, Your Honor. August 12th, 15th, and 20th. Mrs. Reeves was at the fair, not in Phoenix. I have proof.
Finally, Stern played the recording. Frank's voice filled the silent chamber. 15,000 cash. I need this conservatorship to go through smooth. The words echoed. Judge Hartley leaned forward, her eyes narrowing as she stared at Frank's now ashen face.
I took this recording on my own initiative because I recognized the document fraud. Mrs. Reeves is fully competent.
Frank's attorney stood for cross-examination, his voice sharp. He pressed Amelia about her role and her motives, trying to paint her as biased, but she didn't flinch.
I was Donald Reeves' hospice nurse 7 years ago. I knew this family before Frank ever hired me.
Miss Crane, did your past connection influence your actions in this matter?
It made me recognize an honest woman. I saw a forged report, and I documented it. That's all.
The judge nodded slowly, then directed her next question to Frank's attorney.
Does the petitioner have any evidence this witness fabricated these documents?
Silence. Frank's lawyer shuffled papers, unable to answer.
The witness is excused. This court will take a short recess before final arguments.
As Amelia stepped down, Sharon met her eyes with a look of fierce gratitude, but the final verdict still hung in the air. The recess ended. The courtroom settled, heavy with the weight of what came next. Frank's attorney delivered a brief closing, insisting the diagnosis was obtained in good faith. Then Michael Stern rose. His voice cut through the silence like a blade.
The petitioner claims Mrs. Reeves was examined in Phoenix on 3 dates, but photographic evidence places her at the county fair. The clinic itself is a vacant office. The so-called doctor received cash. This conservatorship is built on fraud.
It's over. They've laid it all out. I can't talk my way out of this.
The judge removed her glasses and folded her hands. The room held its breath.
I've heard enough. This court will deliberate. We'll recess until my ruling is ready.
She rose and vanished into chambers. The courtroom emptied into a corridor of frantic whispers.
7 years I fought for this ranch. Now I have to wait a little longer. But I am not leaving without it.
15 minutes later, Judge Hartley returned, her expression unreadable. The courtroom scrambled to its feet.
This court finds the conservatorship petition to be based on fraudulent documents. The petition is denied. The respondent, Sharon Reeves, is fully competent and shall retain control of her estate and person. Furthermore, this court refers Phoenix Memory Care for federal investigation. Bailiff, take Mr. Reeves into custody.
The gavel struck once. The sound echoed like a final chord. Frank stumbled backward as the bailiff stepped forward, but there was nowhere to go.
This can't be happening. Not on paper. Not in front of a judge.
Handcuffs clicked around his wrists. The bailiff recited the charges: elder financial abuse, conspiracy, fraud.
He's my son, and he did this to me, but the ranch is still mine.
Frank was led out, his face hollow. Sharon remained motionless, a single tear tracing a path down her weathered cheek.
It's over, Sharon. You are free.
Sharon's legs nearly buckled as the tension released. Amelia caught her, and they held each other in the emptying room.
I thought I'd lost everything. You gave it back to me.
I just took the pictures. You are the one who stood up to him, even when you didn't know if anyone would believe you.
Mrs. Reeves, this was one of the most clear-cut cases I've ever seen. You can go home now.
He shook their hands firmly, then walked down the steps to his car, leaving the two women alone in the sunshine.
Home, the ranch. I didn't think I'd ever hear that word again.
Let's go. Your cattle are waiting.
Arm in arm, they walked out of the courtroom. The heavy doors closed behind them, but this time they were on the outside.
Donald, I kept my promise. The land is still ours.
The ranch truck pulled into 2 rivers, the windows down, and the scent of sage and cattle filled the cab.
Amelia, I've been running this place without help since Donald died. I can't do it alone anymore.
What are you asking? Do you want me to stay on?
I am offering you the job of ranch manager, full partner. This is your home too now.
Ranch manager? You'd trust me with that? I'd be honored, Sharon. Truly.
She clasped Sharon's hands, her eyes wet. The weight of the past weeks finally lifted. They sat in the living room with coffee and a dusty album. Donald's face smiled up from the first page.
He built this place. He'd be proud of you, Amelia. Proud of us both.
He talked about you every day at the end. Said your strength kept the ranch alive.
Sharon touched the photo, then looked out at the fields. The ranch was theirs again. Through autumn, the ranch hummed with a rhythm it hadn't known in years. Amelia learned the herd's names, the rotation of the pastures. Sharon watched from the porch as Amelia strode the fence line, checking cattle, her silhouette a mirror of Donald's younger years.
She's got his work ethic. This land chose her too.
One morning in December, Amelia walked in with the newspaper, her face unreadable.
Front page. Frank Reeves sentenced to 4 years. The judge called it a calculated cold fraud against his own mother.
Sharon took the paper and read in silence, her fingers tracing the newsprint.
No victory dancing for me. He's still my boy, but the ranch got justice. He took 4 years of lies. Now he'll have 4 years to think. Maybe that's enough.
And you, will you be all right?
I already am. Now, let's go check the calves. Life doesn't wait for headlines.
That evening, the sun bled amber across the pasture as Sharon and Amelia walked the fence line together.
Donald used to say this land doesn't belong to us. We belong to it. I finally understand.
You fought for it like it was your blood. That's what he saw in you.
They reached the porch as the last light caught the mountains, casting long shadows on the wood. Inside, near the door, a simple wooden frame held a photograph, not of family, but of a document.
You framed the evidence photo?
The first picture you took. That's the moment the truth started. I wanted it where everyone can see.
A picture of a lie that saved the truth. I never thought it would end up here.
One photo. That's all it took. Reminds me to trust my instincts and the people who stand beside me.
Outside the window, the ranch settled into dusk. Inside, the photograph stood sentinel, a quiet witness to what had been saved. Later, in the quiet of her armchair, Sharon turned Donald's gold band on her finger, the metal warm from her skin.
We did it, Don. The land is safe, and I found a partner who would make you proud.
Amelia appeared in the doorway, 2 steaming mugs in her hands. She sat in the chair beside Sharon without a word.
Thought you might like company. It's a good night.
The best. I was just telling Donald about you.
I hope he approves.
More than approves. He'd say you belong here, as much as the mountains.
They sat in companionable silence, the only sounds the distant lowing of cattle and the creak of the old house settling. Outside, the stars burned bright over 2 rivers, and for the first time in years the weight of the past was gone.
He kept his promise. Now it's my turn to keep the land alive with her by my side.
Dawn broke over 2 rivers, the sky streaked with rose and gold as the first light touched the pastures. On the porch, Sharon and Amelia stood side by side, their breath clouding in the chill, watching the light spread.
Every sunrise since Donald died felt like an ending. This one feels like a beginning.
Amelia said nothing, just leaned against the wooden railing, her presence a steady comfort. The cattle lowed in the distance, and the ranch stirred to life, as it had for a century. From the gate, they could see the carved sign, 2 Rivers Ranch, weathered but unbroken. They walked toward it, gravel crunching under their boots, a quiet pilgrimage.
This place will outlast all of us. It'll still be here when we're gone.
The camera pulled back, the 2 women becoming smaller against the vast expanse of Montana sky. And as the sun climbed higher, 2 Rivers Ranch stood firm, a testament to the woman who never stopped fighting for it.